Google's controversial mapping tool was rolled out in Britain earlier this year. It's already captured street-level images of more than 25 cities, and that's just in the UK. But the car, with its 360-degree camera mounted above the roof, hasn't always been a welcome visitor. When residents of the peaceful village of Broughton in Milton Keynes spotted a Google Street View car crawling through their neighbourhood, they took objection, coming out to question the driver and stop him from taking any more pictures. They claimed that Google had no right to photograph their homes, calling it an invasion of privacy and potentially an invitation to burglars.
If it had been taking the kind of photographs that you or I could have taken, everybody would have been fine. But actually, it was 9 feet up in the air, on a pole on top of a car, and therefore it was looking over hedges and fences into people's gardens. And that's an intrusion of privacy too much.
We put in a very easy to use tool to ask for houses to be removed for just that reason. We understand that some people won't be comfortable with this technology, and that's why we've made it very easy for people to opt out of it.
So, invasion of privacy or natural progression? Well, it seems a question that's endemic to the world of technology. Back in 1999, Scott McNealy of Sun Microsystems famously said, "You have zero privacy anyway, get over it." Since then, we've seen any number of security measures rolled out around the globe, not least the EU Data Retention Directive, which gives European governments the power to demand that ISPs record and store details about any communication sent to and from their customers. It's a measure touted as a defence against terrorism and cybercrime, but many experts believe it's misguided.
It's very, very easy to be invisible online if you want to be. And the kinds of people that are planning terrorist atrocities are absolutely going to have done their homework in how they can do that.
Despite widely held concerns, work continues in the UK to broaden out that legislation. Reportedly, the Home Office is consulting on the Intercept Modernisation Programme, which will require ISPs and telecommunications companies to collect increasing amounts of data and make it available to British Intelligence Agency, GCHQ, and its various authorities.
My concern is that the access to that data will be uncontrolled, just as we witnessed with the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act, that the number of authorities that can gain access to the interception data and the purposes for which they can gain that access will become broader and broader over time until it effectively becomes public domain information.
Despite taking precautions, it's inevitable that some personal information may leak out onto the web and be used by criminals. You might think your private data is very valuable, and of course it is to you. But the criminal market for this kind of information works on mass sales rather than high-value returns. You might be surprised to learn that your personal identity is worth very little on its own. Cyber criminals actually buy and sell unprocessed keylog data recorded on compromised computers by the gigabyte, like you and I might buy fruit and vegetables by the kilo. Online bank access and credit card details for a UK account can be bought for as little as $5 each if you know where to shop, even less if you're buying in bulk.
I've seen European biometric passports being advertised for €2,000. Biometric passports available for delivery within 3 to 7 days, which is faster than a national passport agency.
And as the risks grow, it seems that regulators are hard at work trying to push responsibility for any breaches of security back onto the consumer.
Under new banking regulations, if your account is attacked using information stolen from your machine, the onus is now upon you to prove that you had effective antivirus controls at the time. If you can't prove that, the bank is now entitled not to compensate you.
On the flip side, in recent months we've seen some very positive aspects to this story. Social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter have been used to spread information in places like Iran and Moldova, when governments ramped up censorship after allegedly cheating in elections. In China, the government takes the power of Twitter and Facebook so seriously that after ethnic riots in the Western province, they attempted to stop people across the entire country from using the sites.